Holy cow. All right. Now, I just shot a video earlier on some spooky mask stuff. I'm guessing a lot of people that are going to find this video are not looking for Halloween mask content. So welcome to my channel, those of you that are MARX toy guys. Welcome. I am a huge Halloween mask collector. Vintage Halloween masks is my thing. However, I'm very familiar with MARX toys. I got to give a big shout out to my friend Victor up in New York, who is a major MARX collector. Those of you in the MARX community may know Victor. I'm a great friend of Victor's. So now if you know Victor, you know toys, you know I've seen some shit. Victor's collection is insane. So those of you that are followers of the channel that watch for the masks, this is an important video for me. Okay, the toy I'm about to show you is hands down, when I think of the greatest toys I ever had in my entire childhood, besides my Remco monster set, my original one, it's this. Besides the entire Star Wars toy line, I lived that whole thing from start to finish, you know, and the vintage stuff. And yeah, that's a whole nother, you can't even get, don't even go there. Of course it's all incredible, but this, talk about one of the most memorable toys of my childhood, one of the coolest toys of my childhood, and one of the toys that made me use my imagination the most was this thing in this box. The MARX Undersea Adventure playset. I'm even going to show you a commercial. The commercial I think is for a later release of it. The one I had was the original, which I think, God, I think it came out around 1978, 77, 78, 79. You know, it was late 70s. It was not in the 80s. At the time, you know, my dad and I would watch Jacques Cousteau, and I loved saltwater fish tanks. I was so into the ocean. My dad would take me to the Florida Keys. We'd watch him scuba dive and bring stuff up out of the ocean. I grew up back and forth here in the States and the Cayman Islands as well. Pretty lucky. You know, the whole ocean thing is in my blood, man. I've had reef tanks for years. I've scubaed, I've snorkeled. You know, the ocean is incredible. I love it. I love it. I love it. So this playset really, really sparked my imagination as a child because I was infatuated with the ocean. The movie The Deep, 1977, I think. Jacqueline Bisset was in there, Nick Nolte. Great, great movie. To this day, it's one of my favorite films because they would go diving the shipwrecks, and when they found all those little glass bottles of morphine, I was like, whoa! I could not believe they're finding all these little tiny things in the sand, and then there was treasure, buried treasure in the sand. That movie, along with this toy, forget about it. Like, I was crazy about undersea adventures. So, when I tell you this toy meant a lot to me, and still does, I'm so excited to finally do this video. You know, most of this channel is monster stuff, so this is totally different. Okay, I just looked at the box. The box is dated 1979. So, 1979, I was 7 years old. Perfect age to use your imagination and play with cool stuff. I must start this video off by saying, this toy is not for sale. I've had so many people, when I put this on my Instagram, I had guys just, my inbox was getting all these offers for like 5 years. You gotta sell it to me, you gotta sell it. No. this popped up on eBay probably 14 years ago. And, you know, back then, there was not much out there. I want to start off by saying the internet, there was nothing out there on this toy. The commercial was not shown on YouTube yet. You couldn't see the commercial. You were lucky to see maybe this image, you know, somewhere in some bizarre, primitive toy, you know, website from back in the day. But there was not a lot out there. Pieces would show up on eBay, like one piece of the, you know, the reef or the shark or the cage. You know, you'd find little pieces here and there over the years, but you will never see a complete set. It was crazy. I went to toy shows, but I didn't frequent them like, you know, like I should have. You know, you'd find you'd probably find 500 Navarone sets before you'd find one of these. You know, it was so rare. But I believe this could have been the last playset to ever been put out by MARX. I believe it is one of the rarest sets by MARX. And I think it could be the very last one under the MARX name. So, that being said, back then, 14 years ago, you would think the toy would not sell for much on eBay. When I saw a complete box set show up on eBay, I'm like, there's no way I'm losing this. I searched for this toy for well over a decade. No bullshit. I'm like, I searched and searched and won finally a complete in the box set. This is amazing. When you guys see the condition of this, it's crazy. I put a crazy bid on it, you know, and back then it went up to $800. Like, I won this toy for $800 on eBay way back then. I was like, oh my God. And since I've been offered $2,000 for this toy, I'm like, no, I don't need your money. I don't want your money. I'm not selling this toy. Like, this is too important to me. And I mean, I'll be playing with this thing in the old folks' home, I'm sure. All right, so let's unbox the amazing Undersea Adventure Kit by MARX. Back then, I knew the name of the ship. I would search that thinking that was the name of this toy because there was nothing out there on this. I would Google Sea Searcher. Well, it wasn't even Google. There's no Google back then. I would go on Alamac or all these weird, I don't even know what they were, but these weird, you know, search engines. I'd put in Sea Searcher, toy set, play set. It was impossible to find out information on this toy. Now there's more out there. It's still not a lot. So I'm going to unbox this. This thing is pretty much new in the box. The decals aren't even put on the toy yet. It's complete. And I remember everything that came with this. I just watched a video where a guy was talking about this set, and then people thought these other creatures came with it. They did not. They did not. They did not. He did mention that, but I want to clarify that. Those other rubber sea creatures did not come with it. All right, let's pause it. Are you guys ready? I know there's got to be guys out there that are very excited for this because there's not much out there, like I said, on this toy. So here we go. This is the incredible Undersea Adventure playset by MARX. And this set was pretty much brand new in the box. The decals are not even applied to the toy yet. And the little accessories are still on one of the trees for the little action figures. But my God, this thing, unbelievable what is going through my brain right now. I'm going to take the camera down, okay? And I'm going to show you this in detail. I have the decals, so I'll show you the decal sheet. And first I just want to kind of show you the whole toy in its entirety here. I ended up maybe buying an extra figure. I can't remember if this thing came with... It came with at least 2 guys, I believe. 1, 2. I may have got a 3rd figure on eBay over the years. What I learned from researching this thing for years was this bottom reef piece, this like little section with the sunken ship right there. That was like a MARX toy that was available before this existed. You get 1979 Lewis Marx. So you'll see late 60s toy set, Marx sets, where they sell just this in a different color with the little vehicle and maybe the treasure chest. So I think in time, it evolved into this whole play set, you know. I think this mountain could have come from a different set they had. And they put together this amazing underwater adventure set with the backdrop is so cool. That little cardboard painting they give you. And I mean, the memories I have playing with this thing and pretending I was going down to sunken ships and getting treasure, battling the sea monster, you know, this was clearly a perfect home for the octopus. I always made sure when I set this up that the octopus was going to come out of that hole. It was perfect. That's the original octopus that came with this set. This is a mint one. Had the yellow eyes. All those, I remember all those suction cups. I used to stick my finger in the back and hold that thing like that. Had a hole in the back. Hong Kong, it says, made in Hong Kong. But that is no doubt the one that came with the set. That is the exact shark that came with the set. And they gave you these little clear things, like these little, it's almost like fishing wire with a little T on top, so you can hook these into your boat in different spots. You can hang the divers from them, or you can hang the shark. You can have the guy, like, you know, you can have a scuba diver floating here, hanging off your little line. But I always had them in the cage. You know, I was always going up and down with the cage. I've had an idea regarding these decals, okay? So guys that have these sets, hear me out, okay? I know how important pieces are to missing toy sets, and I have a little solution for some people. Look at that. The original instruction sheet. It shows you how to set up your new toy set. Real simple, very easy. But that is the original sheet, two-sided, with illustrations on how to put the little rover together. What is it called? Crawler, snap crawler together. This is crazy, man. Here's the little lines I was telling you about, the little plastic lines. See that? Suspend diver, shark, and other accessories from ship using plastic lines. Even this, you could even put one through here and have this thing like it was descending into the ocean, you know, so that could even float. It was really, they really thought this out, you know. For a basic toy, it was everything, you know. Here's the coolest part. Here's where some of you guys are gonna have like flashbacks, like, oh my god, I remember this. So look at that. I'm gonna set this here. You know, these went on the side of the boat right there. Sea Searcher, the name, of course, of the ship. All the stuff for the Explorer thing, you know, there's like the instrument panels and the side wheels, you know, for the track. There was a treasure map. This went up on the boat, I believe. There's little instrument. Okay, I better turn like this. Look at the little moray eel. Like there was little monitors that would be on the ship. You could put the I think the map could have went on the wall here. Like it was really, really cool. It's upside down. Here we go. The ship's wheel. Although that's a ship that wouldn't have a wheel, I think. Well, yeah, I guess it would. Here was the thing I would stare at all the time, was the little gems and the big diamonds and the gold. And I just remember having that stuck in there. This being so mint, this set being so perfect, I just could not peel these stickers off and apply them. All these years, I still haven't done it. That being said, I'm guessing this is very rare to have this sticker sheet. I don't know if there's forums out there where guys talk about this set, but I've been thinking about taking this, doing a high-res scan, and then printing these on sticker sheets for people that are trying to put these sets together. Because I know how important this set is. If you were a child, if you were a kid in 1979 and you played with this, I know exactly how you feel trying to get one in your hands. So leave in the comments if you think that's something I should do, because I don't know if they're available. I don't know if there's PDFs out there, but it shouldn't be a big deal to scan this, go to a sticker company or whatever, just have a bunch, have a bunch printed out, you know? Shouldn't be that hard. So I think it'd be cool to make actual size, you know, and I don't know, I may even, who knows, maybe I'll stick the other ones on this and leave these intact, but I just got to tell you, this is so incredible that I found this set intact. I went on, they reproduce, look at, they reproduce some things in different colors. So you can buy, at least they were for a while. I'm sure now with 3D printing, I bought this thing probably 8 to 10 years ago. I don't know, it's been a long time, but it's like an exact duplicate of this one, just in yellow. So they make pieces, and you can get the little figures and things separately. I just don't know if they're like repops or if they're like from older sets because they're yellow. But man, I'm gonna tell you a funny story about this boat too. I just want to show you the different views of this thing. And this is just one of the greatest toys I ever had in my life, you know. Here's the little tree. You can see the there's little scuba tanks, little scuba mask, fins, and dive belt with weights. I'll put that right up here. This little thing is removable. You know, it's like a little cargo thing for the ship. This set, brand new, came with the instructions, the decals, came with everything you see here, maybe minus one figure. It definitely had 2 guys. Could have, I don't think it had 3, okay? I thought maybe it was a male and a female. I could be wrong. It came with 1 rubber crab, 1 rubber lobster. They're not plastic. They're rubber. See that? And when I first got them, they were kind of, I think they were almost gooey, but right now they feel perfect. I let them air out for a while, but then I put them back into a little baggie so they wouldn't dry out. But that is the original crab. They're greenish and yellow. That's exactly what came with this set. Like, I remember this. I may have pictures. My dad may have slides of me opening this on Christmas Day in 1979. Like, I have to look through these old slides. This thing has to be in old pictures. You know, that'd be incredible to see me playing with the original set. But this is a working winch. It goes up and down. You just crank it, you know, and lower the cage into the ocean. But man, this is, it's crazy that I found this set. Once in a while, I'll look on eBay and just for the heck of it, I'll type in Undersea Adventure playset and I'll see like the mountain or just the cardboard background, maybe a boat, but I never see complete sets out there, you know? So I'm like, you know what? I'm doing all this, all my Halloween mask videos. I'm like, I need to do something on this playset. So yes, the boat is removable from the top, just like they show the little boys playing with it on the floor there. I always wanted a blue carpet. I never had the blue carpet, but man, I want to put the stickers on it so bad, but I just can't do it. Can't do it. So I remember playing with this thing. There was a flood in the town, so there was just water. 3 feet of water over the sidewalks. It was insane. You know, it seemed like for several days. So there's just water pooled up everywhere. And this was the perfect toy to go play in that water. So during the flood, there was a million worms everywhere, like floating in the water, and all the worms are coming out of the ground. I took this boat and loaded it with earthworms. Like the whole, you know, cargo area down there, worms. I just stuck them all inside of there. And I remember going to my stepmom. She's walking by. I go, hey, look. She just flipped out like, ah! Loaded that thing with worms. But, man, had to share this with you. I hope somebody out there, you know, has been really wanting to see one of these sets put together, you know, complete. I should have done this video a long time ago, and it just, you know, I'm like, man, I gotta get that box out of the closet. This goes up on these pegs. There's like 3 pegs. It's so easy, even for a little kid, you know. But man, look at that sucker. I'll set it back up one more time and get a really good look at it with all the little pieces. So there you have it. I remember I wasn't crazy about the little figures. They weren't as great as a Star Wars figure of the time. You know, Star Wars figures were amazing. They were taller. These were a little smaller. They didn't have the best action to them from what I remembered, but still loads of fun. You know, they were little divers. You couldn't put the dive gear on Star Wars guys. It just really wouldn't work out too well. But I hope somebody out there loves seeing this thing set up. And like I said, I'm definitely willing to scan this and do some sticker sheets for those. I don't know. I mean, is it out there anywhere? Just tell me in the comments. I would love to get the decals into hands of people that need them for their sets. You know, I think it'd be really cool. I know how it is not, you know, having things like that for a toy you love so much. So again, those of you that found the channel through this MARX toy I posted tonight, thank you for stopping by. If you love vintage Halloween, I'm your guy. I am, I've been told, one of the top collectors in the world of vintage Halloween masks, and I'm not going to argue that. So anyway, thanks again for stopping by the channel, and I'm sure we'll dig this out again someday in the future if I get the stickers made. We'll go back on our undersea adventure with the MARX Undersea Adventure playset from 1979, and we'll go down and get some shipwrecks together. It's going to be amazing. All right, good night.